Imagine a secret tomb sealed shut for 2,000 years, hidden under one of the most important places in the world, the Vatican. No one had opened it, touched it, or even seen inside for centuries. Then one day, someone dared to break the seal. What they found didn't just surprise them, it left the world shaken. And in the middle of it all, the Pope, the leader of the Catholic Church, stood before millions and said, "I resign." But why? What could be so shocking, so powerful, that it would make the head of the Church step down? Deep beneath the Vatican, under the Grand St. Peter's Basilica, there is a hidden world, a maze of tunnels, chambers, and secrets. A team of archaeologists started digging there in the 1940s, hoping to find St. Peter's final resting place. He was one of Jesus' closest friends, often called the Rock, because the Christian Church was said to be built on him. His story is the foundation of the Church. The archaeologists found something incredible, an ancient tomb holding bones from the 1st century, the time when Peter lived. Inscriptions on the walls seemed to say, "Here lies Peter." It was like finding a missing piece of history, but that wasn't all they found. Along with the bones, there were strange symbols and artifacts that hinted at a deeper story. Some of the symbols didn't look Christian at all. They looked pagan. This raised a chilling question. Was the early church influenced by older Roman religions? Could we trace the roots of Christianity to something much older and much more complicated? In 1983, a 15-year-old girl named Emanuela Orlandi disappeared. She lived in Vatican City, and her case became one of the biggest mysteries in its history. For decades, no one knew what happened to her. Then, in 2019, an anonymous tip led investigators to 2 ancient tombs inside a Vatican cemetery. The tip said the girl's body might be there. When they opened the tombs, everyone held their breath. However, they found the tombs empty. Not only was Emanuela missing, but the remains of 2 princesses who were supposed to be buried there had vanished too. It was as if the earth had swallowed them whole. The Vatican isn't just a place of faith, it's a place of secrets. Beneath its marble halls and priceless artwork lie stories of power, betrayal, and mystery. For instance, did you know that the Passetto di Borgo is a secret passageway? Popes built it to help them escape during times of danger. Even its art holds secrets. Michelangelo's sculptures and Raphael's paintings are more than just beautiful. They contain symbols and messages that speak of power struggles and hidden truths. These discoveries and mysteries aren't just stories. They're the reason the Pope said, "I resign." Imagine being the person who uncovers a secret so big, so world-changing, that it feels impossible to keep it hidden. For the Pope, the weight of these truths was too much to bear. This ancient underground cemetery, rediscovered in the 20th century, holds the remains of popes, early Christians and pagans alike, painting a vivid picture of Rome's complex history and cultural evolution. Among the most prominent features of the necropolis are the tombs of the popes, figures who shaped Christianity over centuries. These tombs serve as a testament to the enduring influence of the Catholic Church. One of the most notable modern burials is that of Pope John Paul II, who was laid to rest in 2005. His simple yet dignified tomb drew millions of pilgrims, and after his canonization in 2014, it became a sacred site for Catholics worldwide. Before him, Pope Pius V, who initiated the archaeological excavations that rediscovered the necropolis in the 1940s, was also buried in this underground city of the dead. Remember to join our community by subscribing to this channel. The older tombs of popes tell a different story. Elaborate and richly decorated, they reflect a time when the Church's leaders were buried with grandeur befitting their status. Sculptures, murals, and inscriptions adorn these resting places, highlighting the artistic and spiritual devotion of the eras they represent. These papal tombs serve as both historical landmarks and spiritual monuments. Long before the Vatican became the epicenter of Christianity, the site was a Roman cemetery, a resting place for pagans and Christians alike. The coexistence of these burial traditions reveals the cultural and religious shifts that defined early Rome. Pagan tombs in the necropolis are remarkable for their artistry. Roman citizens who worshipped the ancient gods adorned these graves with colorful mosaics, intricate murals, and statues. Scenes of mythology and nature, common in Roman art, cover the walls of these tombs, celebrating life as much as mourning death. One particularly striking feature is the use of rich symbols like laurel wreaths and animals, which held deep significance in Roman culture. Early Christians sought to distinguish themselves from pagan practices, often burying their dead in plain stone sarcophagi marked with simple crosses or fish, a secret symbol of their faith. Over time, as Christianity grew from a persecuted sect to a dominant religion, their tombs became more elaborate, incorporating elements of Roman artistic styles while maintaining distinct Christian iconography. The necropolis is a vivid tapestry of artistic and cultural evolution, reflecting Rome's transformation from a hub of pagan worship to the heart of Christianity. The ancient Romans, renowned for their artistry, adorned their burial sites with vibrant mosaics, elaborate murals, and sculptures that celebrated life and mythology. The pagan tombs are a feast for the eyes, showcasing intricate depictions of nature, gods, and philosophical ideals. These designs serve not just as decorations, but as deeply symbolic expressions of the deceased's beliefs and their vision of the afterlife. In stark contrast, the earliest Christian burial sites reflect a simpler, more austere aesthetic. Early Christians, who often faced persecution, adopted subtle symbols like the fish or the Chi-Rho monogram to signify their faith discreetly. Their graves lacked the grandiosity of their pagan counterparts, focusing instead on spiritual humility. However, as Christianity gained prominence and resources, their burial practices began to incorporate elements of Roman artistry, creating a unique blend of styles that celebrated both faith and beauty. Art in the necropolis doesn't merely decorate the walls, it tells stories. One striking feature of the pagan tombs is the use of mythological imagery. Mosaics depict scenes from Roman mythology, like the triumph of Hercules or the serene figures of nymphs and satyrs. These images symbolize virtues such as strength, wisdom, and the eternal cycle of life and death. These tombs' artistic language reflected the Roman worldview, which intertwined the gods and nature with human existence. Early Christian tombs incorporated biblical themes and symbols, emphasizing salvation and eternal life. Frescoes of the Good Shepherd, loaves and fishes, and doves adorned the walls, representing hope and divine care. This evolution in art mirrored the transition in belief systems, showcasing the triumph of a spiritual perspective over a material one. St. Peter's Basilica itself is a masterpiece of art and history, standing as the crown jewel above the necropolis. Its construction, beginning in the 16th century, was a monumental project that drew upon the talents of some of the greatest artists of the Renaissance and Baroque periods. Figures like Michelangelo, Raphael, and Bernini contributed to its grandeur, creating a visual narrative that spans centuries. Michelangelo's iconic dome, which towers above the basilica, is a symbol of the heavens reaching down to touch earth. Inside, Bernini's baldachin, a massive bronze canopy, stands above the papal altar, blending architectural ingenuity with artistic brilliance. These elements, though crafted centuries after the necropolis, are deeply connected to the legacy buried beneath, echoing the themes of faith and eternity that permeate the site. The necropolis is a labyrinth of many sealed tombs and underground chambers in the necropolis remain unopened. Vatican is hiding more than just bones. Some theorists speculate that lost biblical texts, which could offer new insights into Christianity's origins, may lie buried in these chambers. Others suggest that these tombs might house relics of immense historical value, like early versions of the Gospels or even items linked to the lives of Jesus and his apostles. The secrecy surrounding certain areas of the necropolis only adds fuel to these speculations, leaving people to wonder what the Vatican might be keeping hidden from the world. One of the most enduring and popular theories is that the Ark of the Covenant, the sacred chest described in the Bible as containing the Ten Commandments, might be hidden within the necropolis. Scripture claims that the Israelites guarded the Ark, a divine artifact believed to hold immense power. Over time, history lost track of its whereabouts, leading to countless legends about its location. Some speculate that the Ark arrived in Rome at the height of the Roman Empire, possibly as a war prize. For centuries, the Vatican may have concealed the Ark for safekeeping, shielding it from prying eyes and potential threats. While there is no direct evidence to support this theory, the idea of such a powerful artifact lying just below one of the most sacred places on Earth is tantalizing enough to keep the speculation alive. The Knights Templar, a medieval order of Christian warriors, have long been associated with treasure, mystery, and hidden knowledge. Some theorists suggest that the Templars, who were rumored to have uncovered religious secrets during the Crusades, may have hidden some of their discoveries beneath St. Peter's Basilica. The theory goes that when the Templars were persecuted in the 14th century, they sought to protect their most valuable treasures, which could have included religious artifacts, documents, or even knowledge that challenged traditional beliefs. Among the more extreme theories about the Vatican necropolis is the belief that it might hold evidence of extraterrestrial life. Some claim that hidden within its tombs or archives are documents or remains that prove contact with alien civilizations. Proponents of this theory suggest that such discoveries could explain why the Vatican has historically maintained strict secrecy around certain parts of the necropolis and its archives. Despite its unproven status, this idea fascinates those who believe humanity's history is more intertwined with the cosmos than we realize. For these theorists, the Vatican's silence and its careful control over access to the necropolis serve as proof that something extraordinary lies beneath. One of the most intriguing ideas connecting the Vatican necropolis to a larger historical mystery is the theory that it may hold fragments of knowledge from the lost Library of Alexandria. Are you enjoying the story? Support our channel by clicking the subscribe button. The library, famed as a center of ancient knowledge, was believed to have been destroyed over several centuries, but some scholars speculate that select texts may have been preserved and relocated. Scholars have suggested the Vatican, with its vast archives and long history of safeguarding knowledge, as a possible guardian of these remnants. Despite years of research, large sections of the necropolis remain unexcavated. Only a small portion of the necropolis has undergone exploration due to its fragile structure and the basilica above it. Technological advancements, like ground-penetrating radar, provide hope for the discovery of more chambers without compromising the site's integrity. These uncharted areas could contain invaluable artifacts, inscriptions, or even hidden burial sites that could further illuminate the history of early Christianity and Rome. For those who dream of exploring the Vatican necropolis, guided tours provide a unique opportunity to step into this hidden world. However, entry is far from open to the general public. Each day, only a limited number of visitors are allowed into the necropolis to protect its delicate structure and ancient relics from damage caused by foot traffic, temperature changes, and humidity. To gain access, visitors must book their tour in advance through the Vatican's official channels. These tours are highly sought after, often filling up weeks or even months ahead of time. Once approved, guests are escorted by an expert guide who provides detailed insights into the necropolis's history, its role as a burial site, and the remarkable discoveries made there. During the tour, visitors walk through narrow passageways lined with ancient tombs, mosaics, and frescoes. Guides often highlight key sites, including the supposed burial place of St. Peter, and share stories about the early Christians who lived and died in Rome. The experience is not only educational, but deeply spiritual for many, as it connects them to the roots of their faith. Despite the access granted to guided tours, large portions of the necropolis remain off-limits to the public. The Vatican has long guided tours grant access, but large portions of the necropolis remain off-limits to the public, thousands of years old, and its fragile walls, floors, and artifacts are susceptible to damage from vibrations, light, and temperature fluctuations. The Vatican has long been a subject of fascination, blending faith, history, and mystery in a way few places on Earth can match. This intrigue has inspired numerous documentaries and series that explore its inner workings, historical significance, and the controversies surrounding it. These productions offer viewers a glimpse into a world that is both deeply spiritual and steeped in centuries of power and influence. Among the most notable documentaries is the Vatican Tapes, which delves into the Vatican's history and its pivotal role in the Catholic Church. This film takes viewers behind the scenes, uncovering the inner workings of Vatican City and the mechanisms that have allowed it to endure as both a spiritual center and a sovereign state. Similarly, the BBC's Inside the Vatican provides an intimate portrait of daily life within this remarkable city-state. With rare access, the documentary captures the experiences of priests, staff, and Pope Francis himself, showcasing the dedication and humanity behind the institution. More controversial aspects of the Vatican are addressed in Secrets of the Vatican, a PBS frontline investigation into scandals that have shaken the Church. From allegations of sexual abuse to financial corruption, the documentary exposes the darker chapters of the Vatican's history, including the resignation of Pope Benedict XVI. National Geographic's Vatican. The Hidden World takes a different approach, exploring the secrets hidden within the Vatican's archives, artifacts, and restricted areas. It offers a rare look at treasures that are rarely seen by the public, feeding curiosity about what else might lie behind the Vatican's closed doors. Adding to the exploration of power and legacy, the History Channel's Vatican, Secrets of the Popes, delves into the lives of the popes and their decisions that have shaped history. This documentary highlights the political and spiritual challenges faced by these leaders and examines the profound impact of their legacies. Meanwhile, the Vatican Museum's 3D provides a stunning virtual tour of the Vatican's artistic treasures, offering a close-up view of masterpieces like the Sistine Chapel and Raphael's rooms. It's an immersive journey into the art and architecture that have made the Vatican a cultural landmark. The dynamics within the Vatican are also explored in The Two Popes, Behind the Vatican Walls. This production examines the relationship between Pope Benedict XVI and Pope Francis during a period of transition for the Church. It offers insights into the theological and personal differences between the two leaders, shedding light on how the papacy adapts to changing times. The Vatican's mysteries extend into fiction and investigative series as well. HBO's The Young Pope and its sequel, The New Pope, delve into the fictional life of Pope Pius X, exploring the complexities of power and faith through dramatic storytelling. In contrast, Netflix's Vatican Girl, The Disappearance of Emanuela Orlandi, investigates the true story of a 15-year-old girl's disappearance in 1983, a case tied to conspiracy theories implicating the Vatican. This series is a chilling reminder of the mysteries that continue to surround this powerful institution. Historical fiction also finds its place in productions like The Name of the Rose, based on Umberto Eco's novel. This series examines intrigue and corruption within a medieval monastery, drawing indirect connections to the influence of the Vatican during that era. For those seeking a comprehensive look at the Church's history, CNN's Pope, the most powerful man in history, traces the evolution of the papacy from St. Peter to modern popes, revealing the immense influence the Vatican has wielded over centuries. Through these documentaries and series, frequent themes emerge, including the Vatican's role as a repository of mysteries and secrets, its political and diplomatic influence, and its ability to endure scandal while maintaining its spiritual authority. Whether exploring the hidden chambers of the necropolis, investigating financial corruption, or marveling at the art and traditions that define the Church, these productions bring the Vatican's story to life. If you're enjoying uncovering the Vatican's mysteries, show your support with a super thanks. By contributing, you're helping bring more fascinating stories to light and keeping the conversation alive. The Vatican stands as a testament to humanity's complex journey through faith, power, and history. Its walls hold the echoes of ancient rituals, the weight of monumental decisions, and the quiet secrets of lives lived in service to something greater. The documentaries and series exploring this unique place offer more than stories. They present a reflection of our collective past, the resilience of belief, and the challenges that come with wielding immense spiritual and political influence. From the mysteries buried in its necropolis to the masterpieces adorning its museums, the Vatican is more than a city. It's a living legacy that continues to shape and inspire. Yet, its blend of secrecy and tradition reminds us that for every revelation, there are countless untold stories waiting to surface. Thanks for watching. Join our community by subscribing to this channel. Until the next video.